All right, welcome back to This Day in Sports History. And on this day, January the 3rd in 1993, backup quarterback Frank Reich led the Buffalo Bills back from a 32-point deficit to defeat the Houston Oilers 41-38 in overtime in a wild card playoff game. And this was the greatest comeback in NFL history. So it was a Buffalo home game, and now that team, the Buffalo Bills, for 3 years in a row went to the Super Bowl. And they had quarterback Jim Kelly, running back Thurman Thomas, wide receivers Andre Reed, James Lofton, one of the greatest defensive players of all time, and Bruce Smith. So this team was stacked. Now what happened was Houston actually beat Buffalo in the final regular season game. And in that game, Jim Kelly got injured. And so the following week in the wild card playoff game, when they played against each other again, Frank Reich, the backup QB, had to start. Now, they were down for a score of 28-3 at halftime, so Houston was just beating them badly. And Coach Marv Levy said at halftime that you've got 30 more minutes, and maybe it is the last 30 minutes of our season. But when your season's over, you're going to have to live with yourself and look yourself in the eye. And you better have some reason to feel good about yourself, regardless of how this game turns out. So he was not very impressed with their performance and was telling them, if you guys want to feel good about this, you better get out there and turn this game around. So they went out to the beginning of the second half, and Frank Reich actually threw an interception, like in the first drive. The Oilers ran it back for a touchdown, so now the score was 35-3. And the Houston radio announcer said this. He said, "The lights are on here at Rich Stadium, and they've been on since the morning. But you can pretty much turn them off on the Bills right now." And after that Houston radio announcer made that statement that the game is basically over, that is what kick-started the Bills to the biggest comeback in NFL history. So I was very impressed with the fact that even though they were down in the beginning of the second half, 35-3, the Buffalo Bills never quit. And with the backup quarterback, they came back and they won. In fact, not only did they win that game, they won the next two games to make it back to the Super Bowl for a third time, and unfortunately they lost that game. Alright guys, that is it for today, and we will catch you next time.